I held security clearances for 20 years on submarines, and I'm going to tell you something that should make every American angry. There are records that exist right now, records that can't be destroyed, that can't disappear, that would answer every question about Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. The Secret Service has them, and nobody's asking for them. Let me explain why that matters more than any photo ever could. And just one quick reminder. Didn't Dan Bongino work as a Secret Service agent for the Clintons? He should know this better than anyone. Everyone's looking at photos. Bill Clinton in a pool, Bill Clinton on a plane, faces blacked out, and yeah, those images raise questions. But here's what nobody's talking about. Bill Clinton declined Secret Service protection on at least 5 flights with Jeffrey Epstein. Let me say that again. He declined protection. A former president voluntarily dismissed the agents who are legally required to document everywhere he goes and everyone he's with. Why does that matter? It's Bill at the airport. Do you see any Secret Service?
Can she take a picture with you? Go. Hurry up. Go. It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, are you seeing any Secret Service going through the plane there? I don't either. My question is this. A guy that's got the nation's secrets, a guy that knows the launch codes, a guy that could be taken and held hostage, and God knows what we would give for this guy if we gave that much money for Bo Bergdahl. About to explain what those Secret Service agents know and why they need to be subpoenaed immediately. In the military, when you have a security clearance and you travel, there's a paper trail. It doesn't matter if you're going to a classified facility or getting coffee. Someone documents it. Why? Because accountability isn't optional. It's the foundation of trust. And when a president or former president travels, that documentation is 10 times more detailed. Travel logs, security assessments, threat briefings, protective detail assignments, contact reports, every person they interact with, every location they visit, every vehicle they use, chain of custody for every movement. Here is a document where the United States Secret Service claims it has no record showing agents were ever on Epstein's island with Bill. Now, this should really raise a flag here. In response to FOIA from Fox News, U.S. Secret Service said it had no records showing agents were ever on the island with Bill. Does that mean Bill wasn't there? Or does it mean he declined Secret Service protection? That's what it really means. Clinton ditched the Secret Service on multiple Lolita Express flights. We've got more information here coming from Dan Bongino. He was part of the Clintons' security detail, FBI, the deputy director for a few more weeks. He said this about the Clintons. I worked with Hillary. She was evil. The stories and agents around her have been kept bottled up inside and horrendous. But why would the former Secret Service agent with the Clintons get appointed to being part of the FBI and not raise this question? Deputy Director, you know all of this, right? And you've got Judicial Watch. Tom Fitton, he's asking the same question.
Judicial Watch separately investigated Bill Clinton's trips on Epstein's plane. Interestingly, the Secret Service said they had no records, even though it was clear Clinton was traveling as a former president on the plane. How did that work? Did he not have Secret Service protection? And if he didn't, why not?
Why wouldn't a former president of the United States have Secret Service protection? There's a whole article about it here. Bill Clinton ditched the Secret Service on multiple Lolita Express flights. This is an article from the Washington Times going back to 2016. They knew about this. On a 5-leg Asia trip between May 22nd and May 25th of 2002, flight logs show not a single Secret Service agent was listed for functional medicine coaching because they have someone there that has, like, you know, defibrillator. But here's the thing. Even when agents aren't physically present, the paperwork still exists because Clinton would have been required to file a form to dismiss the detail. Okay, so where's that form? Who approved it? What was the justification? And what happened during those flights when no one was watching? Now, here's the question that should keep everyone up at night. Where are the Secret Service agents who were with Clinton on the other flights? Flight logs show Clinton traveled on some trips with as many as 10 United States Secret Service agents. Those agents saw something. They know something. They documented something. And in my 20 years of service, if I witnessed a superior officer in a compromising position, I'd be obligated to report it. Silence is compliance. If I saw something illegal, I'd be obligated to report it. If I was ordered to ignore something, that would be documented too. So where are these agents? Why hasn't Congress, Jim Comer, Jim Jordan, why have they not subpoenaed these Secret Service agents? Why hasn't a single Secret Service agent who flew with Bill Clinton on the Lolita Express been called to testify under oath about what they saw, about what they heard, and about what they were told to ignore? Because let me be very clear, Secret Service agents don't just protect the body, they protect the institution of the presidency. And if they witness behavior that compromised that institution, we deserve to know. The U.S. Secret Service has declined to answer multiple Freedom of Information Act requests regarding all of these trips. Let that sink in. They have declined. The agency that works for the American people to protect the most powerful man in the world is refusing to provide information about a former president's travel with a convicted, kitty diddler. Bill Clinton's spokesperson says President Clinton has never declined Secret Service protection, but the flight logs tell a completely different story, and the silence from those who were actually there, that tells an even bigger one. So here's what needs to happen. Congress needs to subpoena every Secret Service agent who was assigned to Bill Clinton between 2001 and 2003. Put them under oath, ask them what they saw, ask them what they documented, and ask them why, if everything was so innocent, why did Bill Clinton feel the need to fly without them at all? Because in my world, when someone dismisses their security detail and then refuses to explain why, we call that a red flag, a big red flag.
Some of the things in the IG report today, which completely annihilate that Hillary Clinton presser from, 2 years ago? Gosh, it seems like forever ago that this happened. Number one, she said the Secret Service was guarding her server on her property. I'm telling you as a former Secret Service agent, that's not true. That's total garbage. The Secret Service does not protect the Clintons' property. They protect the Clintons. They do not protect their email server.
So right here, the current deputy director of the FBI, former Secret Service, says that the Secret Service does not protect property. They protect the people. So let's be clear about what we know. Bill Clinton declined Secret Service protection on multiple flights with a convicted diddler. Those agents were with him on other trips, haven't been called to testify. The Secret Service is blocking Freedom of Information requests, FOIA requests. I submitted 2 myself, and Congress isn't asking questions. That's not a conspiracy. Those are facts. But here's what really gets me. Where is the press? Where are the tough questions? Where's the same energy they have for everyone else? Because if there were any other public figure, if this were you or me, the media would be camped outside our house demanding answers. But when it's Bill Clinton, silence, excuses, and carefully worded statements from spokespeople. I actually covered this exact problem in my last video. Why the news media gives the Clintons a pass while demanding accountability from everyone else. Why Hillary won't address it. Why they've turned off replies on their social media. Why the double standard exists and what it's doing to public trust. If you haven't watched that yet, I'm putting it on the screen right now because understanding why the media won't ask these questions is just as important as understanding what questions they should be asking. The Secret Service has the answers. The agents have the testimony. The documents exist, but nobody's demanding them. Why? I don't understand it, guys. Why does the news media give the Clintons a pass? Why won't they hold certain people accountable depending on your last name? Go watch that previous video because once you understand the pattern, you can't unsee it. And if you're tired of the double standard like I am, smash that like button, drop a comment. Should these agents be subpoenaed? Yes or no? I'm Ben Dykes. I'm a 20-year Navy veteran, and I'll keep asking the questions that the press won't. And I'll see you in the next one.